Okay, here's a song that you might be familiar with, Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. Let's just hear this opening riff. Okay, so during this opening riff, we have the same thing, right? We have A, G sharp, G natural, F sharp, F natural, and then it kind of breaks. So let's take a look. Can I copy this over into our full MuseScore file? I think that'll cause us problems because this is piano. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the analysis in this file, and then I'll give you both these last two files, My Funny Valentine and Stairway to Heaven, in the next thing. Cool. Without my analysis in it, because we're just going to add a couple chord names here. Okay, and I'll post those as MuseScore and PDF files if you want to download this and play with it. Okay, so let's look at what we've got here. Key signature tells us C major or A minor. Looking here, that looks like A minor. So let's call it A minor. Let me get some text going. Bloop. Okay, so I'm going to say A minor probably. And if that is true, then this we can call 1. All right. Okay. What do we call this chord? Let's see, we have a G sharp, B, E, C, B. So let's leave off that bass note for just a second. Let's think about just this part. So we have C, E, B, natural. So that's a C major 7. Let's write that down. So we have here C major 7 plus a G sharp. Tricky. So that would be, the notes would be C, E, G sharp, B. That is a C augmented chord, because look, we have C to E is a major third, E to G sharp is a major third, G sharp to B is a minor third. So this is a augmented 7 chord. Let's call it 1 augmented 7. I think that's probably the best name for it. Okay, so that's the best kind of theory name we can call it. The kind of more jazz name we would call it would be, I think it's more accurate to call it what the kind of jazz notation would call it, even though this isn't jazz, but we would call it C minor over G sharp. That would basically tell us we have a C minor chord, or no, sorry, C major 7 over G sharp. So we have a C major 7 chord with a G sharp in the bass. That technically makes a 1 augmented 7. But in this case, I think this is a more accurate way to say what's happening. But both work. Okay, let's look at the next chord. So here we have C major, nothing funny about that, with G. So that is a 7. So nothing strange there. Here we have D, F sharp, A, F sharp. So we have a D major with an F sharp in the bass. That It's nothing strange either. That's a D major. That's going to be 4, which is slightly weird because 4 is minor in this key. So we're out of key a little bit to get that F sharp. F natural would be in key, but that's okay. We have a major 4. Then what do we have here? A, C, E, C. We have an A minor over F. Okay. So here we could do the same thing we did over here and say it's A minor / F to say that it's an A minor with an F in the bass. Or we could count F as a note in the chord. If we counted F as the root, it'd be F, A, C, E, which would be an F major 7 chord. That's actually not that weird. Which would be in this key 4/7. And that continues on. So I think that works, 4/7. And then we get this little turnaround here, which I think is a 1. Let's see. We have G, B, D with a B in the bass. So G, B, D, G major. So we'll call that 7 again. And then A, C, E, A, C, E, A, A. Here we can call this 1. So a quick little 7, 1, 1, and then it starts over here again. So one augmented 7 sort of, then a 7 chord, then a 4 chord, then a 4/7 chord, and then 7/1. Kind of strange, right? Neat though, but still the same lament bass. Chromatic, descending, down. It's sad. Death. This is a song about death. That's how it goes. Okay, let me give you these 2 files, and then there's 2 other ones I want to look at quick.